Right here, I have the Intelligent Flight Battery Plus for the DJI Mini 5 Pro, and I've actually had to jump through a few hoops to get hold of this battery because it's not actually sold here in the UK due to the fact that its increased weight pushes the drone over that 250 grams. Ultimately, I had to order this all the way from China using Aliexpress, so what I'm going to do in this video is answer, first of all, whether this battery is genuine or not. Does it increase your flight time? If so, how much? And is this battery in any way geofenced? And actually reveal a really cool feature given the fact that this battery can improve your DJI Mini 5 Pro's flight performance. So let's get into it. So of course, one of the first questions you're going to have is this actually genuine then? Well, of course, let's take a good look at the packaging. If I can get that to focus, it does look pretty genuine to me. And if we look at the top, it even has the usual DJI tab on there as well to open it. So when we take it out of the box, it does come in the usual DJI packaging. And just inside here, we do get the little user manual as well. Now, if you put the batteries side by side, you will see there is absolutely no difference between the two of them. They are the same colour, same size, same shape, except for the fact that, of course, one of them weighs that little bit more. The Intelligent Flight Battery Standard weighs around 70 grams, whereas if I put the Intelligent Flight Battery Plus on the scales, that is coming in around 116 grams. So, of course, it does add a bit more weight to your DJI Mini 5 Pro, but that can come at an actual advantage because that weight, as we know with the bigger drones, can make the drones a little bit more steady in the wind. The Intelligent Flight Battery Plus can also be charged in the standard charging dock that comes with the DJI Mini 5 Pro. All we need to do is just pop it in. It fits exactly the same as all the other ones, and if I press the button on the side, you will see it's recognised that it's got some power actually in it. Similarly, of course, you can just take it out and it mounts just in the back of the DJI Mini 5 Pro the exact same way. So now we've got the battery in the drone, we're just going to power up the drone, okay, and just make sure via the DJI Flight app that this battery is genuine, that it recognises it, it's not a copy, and ultimately the fact that we are good to potentially take off and it's not geofenced in any way, given the fact that I've brought this battery into a country where it's not originally sold. And if we look at the DJI Flight app, as you can see, I'm showing no error messages for this battery whatsoever as it currently stands. If I just pop the three dots and go all the way down to the battery info, as you can see, we're showing the battery voltage, we're showing that the battery serial number is okay, and of course battery cycle count is 0 because we've not charged this battery at all as yet, okay. But ultimately, if I go back to the main flying screen, as you can see, takeoff is permitted. So certainly from what it appears to me, this battery is not geofenced in any way. We've had no message pop-ups or anything like that, so I think this battery is absolutely good to go. Now, it goes without saying, the entire point of buying this Flight Intelligent Battery Plus is to get some increased flight time. The standard battery from DJI, they claim it will last around 36 minutes, with this Plus battery advertising an extended flight time of up to 52 minutes. Now, both of these figures are vastly unreliable because DJI test them in windless sort of lab conditions, and in the real world, we're not going to get that. Now, what I'm going to do is do a hover test. The reason I'm choosing to do a hover test is because it takes out a huge amount of the variables we're going to get from flying the drone backwards and forwards to gain some sort of accurate test to see the difference between the two batteries, not necessarily the flight time, because of course there are too many variables such as altitude, wind, and of course what mode you are flying in. Now, before we begin, my channel has always been about helping you get the most out of your drone, from sharing the best camera settings to DJI Flight app tips, and even telling you how to use the right ND filter. But now all the information I provide in my videos is now at the tip of your fingers in the form of a web app called Drone Companion. Drone Companion helps you skip all of the experimenting by giving you all the best camera settings and fly app settings based on where you want to fly, what you want to capture, and your lighting conditions to skip all the trial and error and get the results that you want straight out the box. It also gives you real-time flying conditions checks with live weather, wind speeds and gusts, and including a wind direction indicator, making sure that your flight is as safe as possible possible before you even take off. And if that wasn't enough, there's a built-in flight school so you can level up your flying, an ND filter calculator to get your exposure right every single time, and even a pre-flight checklist to ensure you are always ready to go. So if you want to spend less time fiddling with settings and more time flying your drone and nailing that shot first time every time, I will leave a link to Drone Companion in the video description where you can go check it out for yourself, and you even get a 24-hour free trial. Now, both tests were conducted with the standard battery and the plus battery charged to 100% battery capacity. We took off using the button on the DJI Fly app and were left to hover at that 1.2 meters without any inputs from myself on the controller and without pressing any buttons whatsoever on the DJI Fly app. We had our obstacle avoidance set to brake as well, and we also flew in normal mode. So here are the results. On the standard flight battery, DJI tell us that the flight time would give us around 36 minutes worth of flight time, but in this test we actually received around 27 minutes. Now, with the Intelligent Flight Battery Plus, DJI tell us that we should get around 52 minutes worth of flight time, but we achieved 38.5 minutes. So essentially DJI have told us that the flight time difference between the two batteries advertised should be 16 minutes, but we actually achieved an additional flight time of 11.5 minutes by using that plus battery. Now, I'd just like to point out at this point and just reiterate what I mentioned earlier. If you are flying your drone along, you will get better battery life than stationary hovering like I did in this video. But the purpose of this test was to give hopefully an accurate set of data to determine how much real world lifetime that plus battery will actually give you, and in this case it's just under 12 minutes, so that's for you to decide whether it is worth it or not. Now, the additional feature that I mentioned at the beginning of the video where it suggested that the Flight Battery Plus will actually improve your DJI Mini 5 Pro's performance is the fact that if we look at the specifications, DJI tell us that using the Battery Plus we should be able to achieve 19 meters per second. Okay, whereas the normal flight time using the standard battery was around 18 meters per second. However, I have to be completely honest with you, and at various points I've tested this multiple times to try and sort of establish the difference, and weirdly in both my strong wind test and today I managed to get that 19 meters per second with the standard battery. And when I put in the Intelligent Flight Plus battery, I got just that 19 meters per second. So to recap then, the Intelligent Flight Battery Plus most certainly is genuine. It worked absolutely perfectly fine in my drone and I got no warning messages at all. And as you can see, it did increase that flight time by just under 12 minutes. But of course, the additional weight does mean it puts it over that 250 grams, taking it out of that C0 rating. So you do need to fly it in that C1 area here in Europe and the UK. So just something for you to be aware of. So that wraps up this video. If you found this video useful, please do give it a big thumbs up. It tells the YouTube algorithm more people just like you might want to watch my content. Subscribe if you're awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. See you again soon.